I'm trying to get it going. And we're recording.
We should observe the ancient ritual of traditional pre-fight donuts.
Yeah!
Fear does not exist in this dojo, does it?
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Shut up!
Break, not hit back.
Silly Caucasian girl likes to play with samurai swords.
You will all refer to me by the name Betty.
I know Kung Fu.
Thank you, Chuck Norris.
I said I don't want trouble.
Only a ninja can destroy a ninja.
Defeat does not exist in this dojo, does it? No, Sensei!
Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
Live on Facebook. And this is my Instagram announcement. I'm on Instagram, guys.
Oh.
And I'm just going to let you know that we're live on Facebook and YouTube. The links are in the bios. So make sure to go to the Kickflix podcast. Look, you see, we're recording, guys. You guys are live on Instagram. Live.
We are live. We are live on multiple platforms.
We're live on multiple
of live.
Yeah, this is a whole bunch of things. We're live everywhere. So make sure you guys check us out. Facebook, YouTube. Go to the Kickflix podcast link and then join us for our live podcast. All right, love you guys. See your faces. Bye. All right.
Added more light.
What was I gonna tell you? All right. So thank you guys for checking out the Kickflix podcast. Yeah, your favorite podcast where you come to listen to guys talk and review martial art movies from yesteryear and you. I am Nary Science. With me, as usual, is Mike Roundhouse Kick Mercadal.
I can't imagine my legs sweeping across the screen.
And also Jeff Sidekick Mercantini.
I'm not even going to try to attempt to do a sidekick.
Why
I'll
are
pull
you
something.
Feet things.
I don't. Well, okay. So Jeff, karate chop, or Kempo block, Mercantini. We are today's movie that we are reviewing is 1983's masterpiece.
Oh boy,
masterpiece. Revenge of the Ninja.
I just want to point out
Suzuki.
in our opening of Vignette, there's that one line that says only a ninja can destroy a ninja. Also a director.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to bring it up to. Did you just say Vignette?
Yeah,
Vignette is it's vignette.
Okay.
Oh,
the ETTE is pronounced. Vignette sounds like
vignette.
It sounds like a puff pastry thing that you're like.
I apologize.
In Louisiana.
Well, there go our Louisiana listeners.
Yeah, thanks.
We're
yeah,
out.
They're gonna be like, "What? He's saying French words wrong.
What's going on?"
I know
Not the way we say it wrong. Not the way we say it wrong, but he's saying it differently wrong than we know.
Yes, there's many layers of incorrect going on. But enough about Revenge of the Ninja. Hey, what about you guys?
Hey, what's up? We're here discussing puff pastries.
Puff pastries.
All right. So we're gonna talk about Revenge of the Ninja, 1983's Revenge of the Ninja. Mike, hit me with the IMDb.
The IMDb summary, or the brief synopsis it gives is: after ninjas killed his family, Cho and his son Kane come to America to start a new life. He opens a doll shop, but is unwittingly importing heroin in the dolls. When his friend betrays him, Cho must prepare for the ultimate battle.
Mm-hmm.
And there should be air quotes around every single one of those words. Like,
yeah,
ninjas killed his Cho and his son Kane come to America. It's like, what is happening in this fucking movie?
Are there any parental? Are there any parental?
Don't watch this movie.
Yeah, let's talk about before we get into. Before we get into anything here, let's talk about the parent's guide to Revenge of the Ninja, brought to you by IMDb. It's rated R in America, And then I like how it does give you like a bunch of different countries
R
and
for
their ratings.
Revenge?
Yes, R for Revenge. Also, we should say this is a sequel to a movie we've already done on Kickflix. It was in spirit. It is what do you call a movie that takes place in the same chain of movie? It's one of an anthology. We'll call it.
Yeah, I like that.
They have since Canon has since labeled it an anthology trilogy, but I firmly believe that during the filming of this, they had no fucking idea that there was going to be an anthology trilogy. They also
had no idea how to finish this movie.
They had no idea how to do a lot of things. But my whole point is,
we'll get to it.
And the reason I say this about the anthology series is that because I've had arguments with people like, no, it's a trilogy. I'm like, listen. The only actor that returns from part 1 to part 2 is the main star of part 2, which plays a different character in part 1, and by the way, dies in part 1.
Yeah.
So there's no fucking trilogy here. If you want to, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
This is like Troll 2. That there's a Troll 2, but there was never a Troll 1.
Correct.
There is a loosely connected anthology.
It's made by the same people.
Yeah.
It's made by the same race. Humans did
it. Well, okay, so let's get to the Parents Guide. Sex and nudity, moderate. A close-up shot of a magazine depicts a naked man performing oral sex on a naked woman. A woman's bare butt and crotch.
Wait, what? No,
I didn't see that part. The magazine that we saw I just saw the girl laying like.
Yeah. What's going on?
There's a rated R version of them. Like, there's a hard R version of the movie.
That's not the one that we saw? Is that not
no?
The one that's
like, it's not released. What we saw was a modified version where they had taken out a bunch of things. We'll get to it later, but
Pacification of America, goddamn snowflakes.
A woman's bare butt and crotch can be seen when she performs karate in one scene.
I looked. I saw that. I saw that.
And a couple has sex in a tub, if you can call it that. Butts and breasts can be seen. There is moaning as well. And there is an attempted rape, no nudity. That was like kind of difficult to watch. Violence and gore, severe.
Wait, out of everything in this movie, that's what was difficult to watch?
No. But I mean, like in real, like
I know. Just
it got too real in that moment. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Did it with the diaper? That's what got too real. The diaper.
No, I mean, no. The fact that the guy's like, you know what to do if she gets out of line. She makes a phone call that she doesn't even talk to anybody, and he's like, well.
Gotta
said
do
if it was anything.
This is plan A.
Gotta put my diaper on and gotta rape. Excuse me?
Family violence and gore is severe. A family is massacred by a group of ninjas. Moderately graphic injury detail, but mostly bloodless contact. Let's see. I mean, I think the most violent part about that whole massacre at the beginning is when Cho comes back and literally just rips the ninja star out of his kid's head.
To verify that it was a ninja.
He was
like, wait, I don't know.
Your boy's face just got impaled.
But that's why it's like moderate violence. No, there's blood coming out of a small child's forehead.
Well,
emotionless, by the way.
A man
emotionless. That whole scene. He was like, oh, that's my wife.
That's my kid. A man is stabbed in the eye with a throwing star and falls into a water fountain. A man is shot in the back with a poison dart. We see the poison spreading through his skin.
Okay. Is that what that was?
Yes.
Okay.
A rapist is strangled with razor wire. Dark red cuts around his neck. Let's see. A woman is drowned in a bathtub after.
I'm not trying to be a jerk, but attempted rapist.
Right. Well, yes, alleged.
Yeah,
because it's assumed that this is a thing he has done before.
It may have been that like the punishment that the guy suggested was just to sit on her in a diaper.
Yeah, who knows? A woman is drowned in a bathtub after her lover was killed by a poison dart in the middle of making love.
Cold-blooded.
That scene we have to talk about. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
And let's see.
Can we just rewatch the movie right now while we record?
And I think this one: a man is kicked in the head, and a large amount of blood flies out of his mouth. Yes, correct. Profanity.
Do I sound weird? Stephanie is commenting that I sound weird. Do I sound weird?
Maybe it was a delay. Maybe there's some. No, you don't. You sound fine.
I don't know, Stephanie. Is he still sound weird?
Elaborate on what that means. Alcohol and profanity. I'm sorry, mild. The usual amount of swear words. Fuck, mostly used by mobsters. Shit, asshole, and 2 or 3 uses of goddamn. That is right. We got to talk about the weird New York mob in LA. Whatever. Alcohol, drugs. And
oh my god! I never even noticed that. I didn't even catch that. There were so many things happening. I never even caught the New York mob in LA. Oh,
the Italian mafia. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Alcohol and drugs are both discussed and taken. Moderate, the on-screen murder of a child.
I don't remember any drugs being taken. Did I miss that?
I don't remember them actually doing the drugs.
Don't they inject her? Oh no, he hypnotizes her.
Yeah, we get.
That's not drugs.
Yeah, I don't know. Frightening and intense scenes. Moderate, the on-screen murder of a child could be considered as disturbing to some. I mean, done in a actual this was not done well.
Yeah, but done in a tasteful way.
Yeah,
I think.
I like this one. Nothing that bad.
Nothing that bad. That's the best one. Nothing that bad. You know what? You're fine.
You can deal.
Parents, show it to your kids. You're fine. You're fine.
In the final fight scene, the antagonist is stabbed in the stomach. A large fountain of blood. That's true. Gushes out of his stomach. While the bloodshed is moderate throughout the film, this particular scene stands out in terms of blood volume. Which
and it was supposed to be more.
They saved it all up for that one scene.
Yeah.
In that version that we talked about, they had to cut it because you see the tube because it was way more blood that splattered everywhere, and you could see the tube where the blood was coming out of in the original cut. But it was supposed to be like fountains of blood, like more so than what came out.
Tarantino style, baby.
Yeah.
This is post all of those like Shaw Brothers kung fu movies, so those were fountains of blood.
Yeah.
Movies. So for sure, the technology exists. So for them to do it just once.
You mean a hose? Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, it's just like
exists. A hose exists.
Someone with like, yeah. I mean, it's super simple. Like, I just confused as to why. I mean, I don't know. Like, it would have been harder to put makeup on there than just spray blood. You know what I mean? Whatever. But yeah, that's the Parents Guide to Revenge of the Ninja, rated R.
They have so there's 3 taglines to the movie.
Oh, please.
They're the last two alive.
Wait. Can we come up with our own taglines? Mike, what would be your tagline to this movie?
Revenge of the Ninja. There's heroin in the dolls. I love there was a line where the lady says, "Hey, a doll fell and the heroin fell out." Right? There's a straight up line where the kid dropped a doll and the heroin fell out.
Yeah,
the
I'm sorry.
Said it like the hair, like, and then I had to clean up the heroin. I mean, it was okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, mine is Revenge of the Ninja. The heroin fell out.
I thought it was heroin in the dolls. There's heroin
in the dolls. Yes, correct.
Later. Jeff?
It's got ninjas.
Revenge of the Ninjas. It's got ninjas. Mine would be what would mine be? Revenge of the Ninja. When you need a professional ninja, get one with a briefcase.
Briefcase ninja.
Briefcase ninja. That's what this should have been called. Forget Revenge of the
Briefcase
Ninja.
Ninja would be great. I would love to. This movie deserves a kind of recutting with like where they overdub the different dialogue and just call it Briefcase Ninja, and then you just come up like with our own dialogue of it.
I love it. But the actual taglines are: they're the last 2 alive, but when they meet, only one will survive. I mean, he has a son, so that doesn't make sense. 400 years.
It's a bit wordy.
Yeah.
Yeah. 400 years of training in the art of sudden death unleashed on 20th century America.
That's the one I remember. Yeah.
And then payback is deadly.
Ah.
That's yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds about right. No lies detected.
Oh, man.
$700,000 budget, grossed $13 million worldwide.
Jesus.
What?
That-
Of course they're gonna make more of these movies.
Why would
That
they
was
not?
so much.
Why would they not make like $700,000? Think about how much of that was craft services, right? Like
There were so many people in this movie.
Yeah,
so many bad actors.
Yeah. Audience Rotten Tomatoes audience score 36%, critic score 40%.
Critics rate it higher than fucking than the public. It's amazing to me.
Super generous. Both of those scores are super generous. But yeah. No. But the thing, so like just so you have
just review. Yeah, but
yeah, but no.
Yeah. Oh, we got to do our 60-second review. That was going to be my 60-second review is going to be that, or it's got ninjas.
It's got ninjas.
Vanessa comments and says $700,000. It wasn't spent on makeup.
It was 100,000 was on the diaper.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I do feel bad calling it a diaper because that is like a traditional Japanese undergarment.
That's true, yeah.
So,
no, it's not. But it's not though. It's made for sumo wrestling. It's they don't have that on the, like
not all. It's not just for sumo. That's a traditional like Japanese undergarment.
They
their
wear it
underwear.
as underwear. Yeah, it's their underwear.
Oh, I was unaware. I did not mean to disrespect their attire. I literally thought it was just made for sumo wrestling, and I'm like, but they haven't established that he's a sumo wrestler. Just because he's fat, we're supposed to assume that. Like, that was my assumption.
Maybe you assume all fat Japanese people are sumo wrestlers according to canon films.
Vanessa says that the money was spent on smoke bombs.
Yeah.
There were a lot of smoke bombs.
We gotta get to the smoke bomb.
Oh, wait. But go ahead, Mike. 60-second review. This is how you can tell that we all love this movie in some which way, shape, or form,
right?
Because we're all super excited to like talk about. There's so many things about it. There's so many things.
Okay,
so much.
60 seconds on the clock. I will tell you that I remember these kind of this is my ninja origin, I think, because I remember this way more than the original Enter the Ninja. And this is like more thematic to like what I pictured as ninjas as a kid. And then so like American Ninja, which we've done, and this movie feel closer to what I remember ninjas being. The fighting in this one immediately better than the first one. And I will say that there's a genuine kind of like, this is not bad for the time. Like this was not bad in terms of fight choreography. And then I found out that it's because they let Sho Kosugi actually like do it. And when they try to make the fancy moves, that's when it sucked. When they were just doing the basic stuff, it was like really well choreographed. And then they'd go try and do some fancy shit where you're like, fuck this. I do think that they hired the worst possible actors to play the martial arts friend and the lady. They were trash. And Granny Ninja represent. Granny Ninja MVP of the whole fucking movie.
All right. So all right. What do we got, Jeff? Hit me with your 60-second
you don't have to put the timer. It'll be like 10 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. Holy shit. Like, even for me that I suggested Blind Fury. Holy shit.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, you're mad at Blind Fury, but you're okay with this one. You keep saying the choreography was good. I don't think you understand what that word means. Because I disagree. I rewatched it again right now, and I was like, even the fight scenes are so slow and like it's like, stop. Okay, get ready. Now I'm gonna do this, and now I'm gonna do like I was like, this is bad. Like this is it. It's the type of movie though. When we always talk about this is the type of movie that I wish three of us watched it together.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yes.
Because it's and I love bad movies, so it's so bad that I watched it twice already, like in less than 24 hours. Because I was like, I want to watch this again. So it's not a great movie, it's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. So
yeah. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say my 60-second review is I absolutely love this fucking movie. It took me damn near 24 hours to watch this movie once because I kept stopping it after every 10 minutes to look around for somebody to be like, "Bro, please, somebody, huh?"
He FaceTimed me. He's like, "You got to see this. You got to see this."
I called Jeff multiple times He'd be like, "Bro, I know you're busy. I know you're at T-Mobile, but look at this one. I just need you to look at this one." Like I just was so please, God, somebody else watch this with me.
Share this experience.
I
Yes.
really thought about calling an audible and doing what we did with Blade and be like, can we just watch this movie live online and let the listeners join
Hear
us?
us react to it.
Like it's so it's so bonkers. It was so bonkers. I got through halfway through the movie yesterday while I was on a cruise ship. I got back home I'm sorry, 2 days ago on Saturday night. I was on a cruise ship. Yesterday around noon, I was already home. And instead of watching them by myself, I waited till the kids went to sleep so that I could then drag my wife and start all over again so that I could force her. And she's like, why do I have to watch this with you? I'm like, I need somebody to watch this with. I can't do this by myself. Not because it's awful, but because it was so much fucking fun making fun of all the it's just, I love this movie so much.
Yeah.
And the childhood, and I forgot everything about this until it got to the park. The fight scene in the playground at the park, I was like, I remember every single punch and kick of this fucking thing. But we'll get to it.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I'm with Jeff on this, and I wish we would have watched this together.
I
Like,
wish we would have.
I really wanted. I thought about calling an audible and be like, we should be watching this together. Like, I really wanted to be like, this is fucking great,
right?
In all the bad ways.
We need to. I think we should have more of those like watch sessions because that if we could schedule, because some of these deserve it. I hate. Okay, at the start of this movie, the whole family gets murked, and then he just kind of like leisurely walks through the whole thing. He grabs his son's hands and he goes like this, and he puts.
First of all, like, can we just talk about the fact that these ninjas are wearing red sashes, which is the fucking absolute like.
Don't you remember Enter the Ninja? Don't you remember Enter the Ninja?
That's why.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't. But it doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't understand why they forcing these fucking like. As a producer, why would you force them to wear red? Like it doesn't make it like it's in the daytime. So it's not even like, hey man, we need to kind of see them. Like, no, we can see them. It's the fucking daytime. Which, by the way, ninjas don't go out in the fucking daytime. They're night assassins. Hence why they wear black. But whatever the fuck.
Here's the
I
thing.
don't understand as a producer.
None of this is real. None of all these ninja legends are fucking phony baloney.
Fucking.
They're
phony
baloney, and
it's a mob boss from the movie.
The fuck came out of my soul before I could get phony baloney out. I was trying not to curse, and the fuck came out because it's all bullshit. None of this is real. There is ninpo, which is like a martial arts that they say was used by it's the art of assassination, blah blah blah. But also, none of that shit's real. So it's
actually, like, Show is a practitioner of
I'm
ninpo.
saying it's bullshit.
Okay,
it's all lies.
Yeah.
Like it's all fake.
Neri, I sent you an email with one of the pictures of one of my favorite ninjas from that opening scene. But so here's my thing with that opening scene. I got vibes immediately watching it of the Muppets when they would come out of the doors and do like the little gimmicks. Like Manamana. Like, because like you see like the one ninja just open up and look through the bushes and close it. Then the other one would come out of the tree. Like they would do that. So that opening scene did not exist in the movie till they were almost done filming. Menahem Golem saw what they had filmed and he was like, this is trash. And he literally said, "This is trash."
He has high standards.
Yeah,
of what
he called a meeting at the corporate office of Canon Films and said,
which is also the Dandy Bear. Next to
it then became a Discovery Zone, and then and he literally he was the one
cut Miami shit though.
Yeah. Riverboat Playhouse would have been like,
I know. Let's go. I went to Pirates, and then
Pirates. Oh shit. So he was the one that said, no, this is garbage. He was the one that said we need to do an origin, like an opening scene to set the story. So they hadn't even thought of doing the whole scene of his family getting killed or anything like that. It was going to start in LA via Salt Lake City, Utah, where the movie was actually filmed. Like,
I got to be honest with you. That's a good call by him. I know it's easy to make fun of Canon as we just did, and we will continue to do so.
Yes.
But that's actually a good call. Like, yeah, we did need an origin. Like, that's actually an impressive amount 100%. Of filmmaking knowledge.
A lot of foresight.
That is not really expressed through his films very often. They did need an origin story. Here's what they didn't need. Ready? 6 years later. but but then within finding out that it's 6 years later, you're then I don't know, 5 minutes into finding out that it's 6 years later, you find out that they're going to open their art gallery. It's taking you six
Hey, man.
fucking years.
Art gallery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's be realistic.
But it's taking you 6 years to open up the fucking gallery. What is going on? And then he proceeded to give numbers. We have 12 dolls. Each of them have taken almost 2 months each to be handmade.
Yo.
2 months each. So even if you're doing one at a fucking time, which I don't know why you don't get more people to fucking make dolls at the same time, but whatever. Let's say you only have one employee and one of them is making them, and it's taking you almost he said almost 2 months. That's fucking 24 months. That's 2 years.
Also, can we talk about how ugly as fuck these dolls are?
Yeah.
They're the worst thing. They're so bad.
But it's fine. But it's also
that's why you need the heroin. That's why.
Okay. I do feel like I need to defend.
What have you been doing for the last 4 years? It took you 2 years to make these. What have you been fucking doing?
He's been practicing catching arrows with his mouth.
I was gonna say, so at a certain point, I do feel like I need to defend my comments about how good this movie is, like or good like the fighting feels.
I like the fighting, to be honest.
I'm comparing it to I'm comparing it to Enter the Ninja.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm saying like immediately this is a level up.
Yeah.
What's happening?
No, he's doing the.
Yeah. Immediately, this is an upgrade to
Not only do I agree with that, I actually agree that there are times where the fight choreography is good. Now there are times where it's clearly not blocked well.
Right.
The shot's not framed correctly and blah blah blah. And there are times where the choreography doesn't move fast enough because it's clear as fucking day that the stunt actors you got are not physically equipped to be they did not get martial artists for the most part to do these scenes. You could tell who's a martial artist in this movie and you could tell who's not.
You know what's crazy is that they got the martial artists to do the acting and then they got the actors to do the fighting.
Yeah. Yes,
that's what it feels like.
Yes.
In this movie.
Oh my god. Yes, it was so weird to see though I was telling Jeff this, the two worst actors in this movie, and there's plenty of bad actors to choose from, but the two worst actors in this movie are the main villain, the white guy, right? The American blah blah blah, the American ninja guy.
Well, he has the covering of his eyes,
and his best friend. Those are the two worst actors of this film, and those are the ones who speak English fluently.
Yeah.
Oh, the lady also sucks.
But she's pales in comparison.
Yeah, you're right.
Pales in comparison. So go ahead, give me that. I need you to give me the line. This is the example. I need you to give me the line that say and tell me you're the woman and tell me heroin spilled out of the. Tell me. Go ahead.
She's like,
no. I need you to feed me the line. Feed me the line.
Oh. Heroin fell out of the doll, and the heroin fell out.
Catherine, what am I? It's so fucking bad. It's so. I saw that we rewound that. My wife and I rewound that multiple times. The fucking longest gap between hearing news and reacting to the news. It's like the editor the director said action. He took a beat, and then in editing they didn't fucking cut it fast enough. And it's like anybody who's edited any video on TikTok will tell you there's a beat.
The timing is off.
Yeah, the timing. But it's so like the heroin fell out and he goes, Catherine. Like, but so bad.
They realized that this guy was like pretty much worthless because he didn't do any of the stunts in the ninja outfit. It was the stunt coordinator.
Okay,
that had worked with
the reason they needed to do the metal mask. That's the
I had thoughts about this because what is the only thing visible? The reason you put your stunt guys in a ninja costume is so that you can sub them in and out and do whatever. Blah blah blah. The only thing visible on this white man would have been his eyes.
Right.
And what is like the one defining characteristic like that people always talk about when you talk about someone who's Asian? Is the eyes.
Oh, right.
So they could have literally given him a Batman cowl and showed the bottom of his face, and that would have been better They could have literally
But
just
that's
changed.
not a ninja. But that's not a ninja.
Exactly. That's the worst possible costume
Okay.
to have
I'm
to
just-
be for him to be wearing.
All right,
I'm
let's
just-
wait, hold on. Let's
I'm-
move on to the story. I gotta get through. We gotta get through the story because there's so much, right? So
Wait,
then,
I just want to make a comment about the mask real quick, since we
Right.
talked about the mask. I don't want to hear anybody saying that they can't wear one mask outside, because this guy wore 2 masks.
This guy wore 2 masks. the
Like,
whole fucking
and he had
time.
a fucking full metal face mask
yeah,
and the ninja mask.
There was so
and
much.
and
So you can wear
and
one at Red Lobster.
you know what I love about his costume the most is that it's like this whole costume says when you have to kill somebody at 5, but then have a fetish party at 6.
Yeah.
'Cause he had the fucking
Guys-
the fishnet undershirt
Yep.
underneath. That
Yes.
fucking fishnet.
Guys, I have an eyes wide shut party later. So
Listen,
if we
I gotta
could
go
just see
kill.
this-
I gotta go kill people for money. And then afterwards, we're gonna have a sex party. So if you could
Yeah.
just, it is.
Oh, I brought the wrong briefcase.
he's gonna
limited
kill somebody.
dildos.
He's gonna kill somebody with a gag ball.
Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. And that's his friend. Like it's interesting how they showed like what would the explanation have been without that intro scene? Because his friend was like, "Hey, get out of, you should come to America. Come to America." In the intro scene, right? Remember when his family
I do not trust this man.
yes.
This man is not
He
to
is
be
my
trusted.
he is my friend.
You must stay
he
here
is-
because all of our family died here,
Mm,
and that's how this works.
That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
I need you to stay in the land that your entire family's been slaughtered in.
Also,
In
that
what?
lady.
Like, even in Japanese culture, is that a thing? I'm not Japanese, so please, somebody, if you're listening,
don't
if
know.
you can help me with this, if you know about this, is that a thing where Japanese heritage is like, yo, your family died here? That means you can't leave. Like, excuse me?
I don't know. It's like a curse or something. But I just want to say that. So the baby survives, and also the grandma survives. That grandma would just literally, after everybody gets fucking murked, she just kind of like walks out and is like, I heard something. What's going on out here?
And then she steals the chain.
And then the baby starts crying.
Yeah.
It's like the baby had been quiet the whole time. Like, oh, I'm out of
Well,
this.
the baby started crying. Then they put him in the jungle, and the baby's like, "Oh, I feel comfortable here. I'm gonna stop
Yes,
crying."
good. Yes,
And
thank
then-
you.
Well, thank God, because the ninja pose Street Fighter that I told Neri about, when all the ninjas are standing there and then they hear these guys walking and they all scatter, and then there's that one guy that's like,
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
one
what-
dude. He's like, they all scatter before him, and it's almost like as if the actor doesn't know that they're all gonna scatter, and then he's like looking
"Oh,
around.
where?"
The actor's looking around. He's like, "What the?" And then he runs towards the camera. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of like, I gotta get out of the
Everybody
shot.
ran either way, and he goes, "Nope, I'm gonna jump over and just go."
Like, Vanessa said that the grandma was in the bathroom.
She had to have been. She had to have been.
What did the dad have? Was the dad the one that had the necklace?
No, the mom had it first. The grandma had it. Grandma had it, and then she kept bringing it up. And when he dies, and when I die, I will leave it to him. I'm like, okay.
And like there was no emotion from that guy where he's probably like, "Fuck, I wish they would have killed you too." You know, like, just give me the fucking thing.
Wouldn't
Stop
it be
yelling
funny?
at me.
Mom.
Be funny? It was like, that's not my mom. It's her mom. It's his wife's mom. It's my wife's
Yeah.
mom.
Oh,
and
that's
my
my
wife's
mother.
I
wife's
married
mom.
into this.
I'm married into this shit. I just want to make dolls. Just want to make dolls.
I just
We
want to
gotta-
make
yeah.
dolls.
We gotta get into like there's so much.
All right.
So what's the story is that he comes to America. He's
Right.
in California.
Takes
and then
6 years to
Six-
open up a gallery.
6 years goes by, which I mean, I guess it's hard to like build up money, like raise some funds.
No, the white guy is the money, and it's being fronted by drugs.
That makes too much sense. The the idea of he's a struggling immigrant, et cetera, et cetera. And the point of the whole gallery, like not just a regular job. There's like an art gallery, like it's art. It's not just like I
Right.
sell dolls. It's a gallery.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, because we could only afford to make 12 of these dolls for the movie, et cetera. And we have to break one and the heroin falls out or whatever the fuck. If he is making these dolls, that means he's making them in the US. Why hide heroin in there?
Well, no, the
No, he
dolls
made
were
them
shipped.
time. He
The
said that
dolls
he
were
did-
shipped. Yeah,
that was the girl's first line. Good news, the dolls.
they
cleared
passed customs. They should be here by noon.
They
She
cleared
said that.
customs. Should be by noon. And then he goes, Kathy, I really think I should be paying you for all of this. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, and she's
How
like,
are you not
no.
paying her? How
You're
are you
just-
not paying her?
She's like, no, you're just teaching. It's
Yeah,
my pleasure. Also,
Mike,
I want to blow you.
your
Like,
classes
The horny blonde lady fight scene is ridiculous. Like just the horny blonde lady the whole time is like just that's literally how they wrote her as being like, just be horny and blonde.
horny, a little more horny, a little bit more. Give me a little more horniness. No, but you missed out one key thing about the gallery that Neri and I mentioned discuss this. It took him 6 years. The gallery has not opened yet, but it is already the most popular gallery in all of Los Angeles because every single random person's like, "Oh, you know that Oriental gallery that's over there?
You know that Asian dog gallery? Yeah, we know that Japanese dog gallery. Oh, with the new one, yeah.
Not that old one.
Yeah, not the old.
What he says when he shows up to the park, he goes, "I'm the owner of the new Asian Japanese dog gallery," and it's like,
and they call it
the new, which means that there's an old one, that there's another one.
Yeah.
And why are you talking to ex-cons about fucking like ex-cons are like, oh, you're like, yeah, we've been talking about you. We've been talking about the Asian dog gallery. Yeah.
They called it, what was it, like Chow's Oriental Gallery or art or Oriental art? Like they literally called it, I think it was Chow's Oriental art.
They're like, every word in the title of this shop is gonna be canceled in 20 years.
Yeah.
Every fucking word. You can't say none of that shit nowadays.
Any of it.
There was genuinely, like, you could see, I'm imagining that the heroin was used in the writing process of this movie, because it like there was so much like lazy writing and lazy like so when they murder the couple in the jacuzzi, that is by far the laziest drowning of all time. That lady
just puts the sword.
He literally did the thing where like a bully holds a nerd's head back and they're like, like
Wait, Mike. Now we're getting into this. So the scene is they kill two people who are about to have sex, right?
The nephew of the
the nephew of the mafia guy.
Oh, right. We skipped over the whole fact that now the mafia is involved.
Now the mafia is involved, and we find out the mafia is involved in the scene where the Don, presumably the Don, is getting a massage by his henchman / brother.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yes, because later on, when the two lovers, when his nephew dies and the guy shows up, he goes, "Oh, bad news travels fast," and he goes, what a week he's had. First his brother, then his Stoogie, his Stu Pigeon, and then his and now his nephew. But so he said his brother. So his brother is the first one that died, the one that died in the bathroom of the park. So his brother died.
Yeah.
Oh my
God!
But
his brother is also giving him a massage. What kind of demeaning fucking boss are you? It's like, hey, I need a massage. And like, wouldn't you give that job to somebody, an actual masseuse? Like, why are you massaging me, brother? Like, oh, fucking.
And in that scene, I just love that it's like he keeps looking in the mirror again. I keep telling him, you look at yourself too much.
Yeah, because that's a standard LA accent. That's a standard LA accent for people from Los Angeles to have.
You're looking at yourself too much.
Hey, over here, forget about it. From Los Angeles.
I keep telling him that he wants to impress the ladies.
We gotta get them.
when they laughed at that, when he goes, I keep telling you he wants to impress the ladies. Like, why is that funny? Like, how is that a ball busting? You want to impress the ladies? Oh, you're a ball buster.
But I just love how the guy went from 0 to 60 on, like, he's like, no, I need the money now. I want the money now. You have to get me the money now. And I'm like, when was this established that suddenly the other investors are looking for their money? Because you didn't mention that up until this point.
Because I had forgotten. So the white ninja guy, the assassin guy, whatever, he owes the mob money because of what exactly? The heroin?
He doesn't owe the mob money. The mob owes him money because he's partnered with the mob to sell the heroin.
Okay.
So he has to give it back to the distributor.
He's a distributor, right? He's the one, like, he's the middleman, right? So it's assumed that the Japanese are involved somehow. Somebody in Japan is involved. I don't think that's the case. I think he's the one. I think he's just putting up a dummy for, like, hey, the Japanese want their money, but it's actually him, because he's the one that says, don't fuck with the Japanese, and he goes, I'll fuck with whoever I want to fuck with. Yeah. So when he says don't fuck with the Japanese, then the same guy that says don't fuck with the Japanese becomes the assassin. And it's like, I feel as if that's saying, like, there is no other Japanese. He just wants the money for himself, and he's just
and they show that he trained, and he basically is appropriating a Japanese assassination culture.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, with a
100%.
briefcase. With a
With a
briefcase,
briefcase,
so it
though.
makes it
Bro,
seem
I
more
swear,
American.
at one point, I was watching this on my break at work, and out loud in the lobby of where I work, I was like, he goes and he grabs like the briefcase and starts putting stuff in it. He's like, "Don't make me get the chucks," because he just starts grabbing gear and putting it in there, and he's like, "Ah, yes, well, if I use my swords, it's gonna be over too quickly, so I need to get, like."
I love that he goes to the restroom and he walks in without a costume.
Thank you. Yes.
And while the mob,
yes.
first of all,
me and Vanessa said the same thing.
Yeah.
Me and Vanessa said
Yeah.
the same thing.
So first of all, mob boss is having a family picnic at the park, which is amazing, like the
Love
mom
it.
guy. But then he walks into the bathroom without a
They're
costume,
humans
gets
too.
dressed
They're
in the
humans too,
stall.
Joe. They're humans too.
Sorry, yeah, that's true. He gets into the stall, then the guy's peeing, and he comes out. Instead of just killing him, he taps him on the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey,
what is this, Halloween?"
Yeah.
What is this, Halloween over
But
here?
then when he kills him and leaves a body there, he goes, "No, let me change out of my ninja outfit so that everybody can see me walking out of the bathroom."
Yes. Oh my! We said the same. I'm like, what's the fucking point of dressing like a ninja if you're gonna go in there as yourself and you're gonna leave there when there's a body? So if police ask, "Did you see anybody leave out of here?" They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, we saw a ninja." They're gonna say like, "Yeah, we saw a guy. He's wearing a fucking. We saw wearing a gold shirt, a black tie. He was about 6'2", blonde hair." Like they could fucking describe him perfectly.
Like the one witness, you just killed him.
It's like, yeah, he's standing right over there. He hasn't left yet. He's hanging around for some reason. Yeah, who walked up? That guy right there
with that briefcase.
Look at the briefcase. He's got chucks in there.
So there's so much to happen. So then
I'm trying to
the guy goes into the gallery, he gets set up. The whole, we're even missing, there's a whole entire scene, a long fight scene, a chase, a car scene, a whole thing where Shokazugi shows up right as they're stealing. Oh, wait, the
as
mafia
Chief
guy. Wait. Oh,
you forgot about Chief, bro.
Yes.
The mafia guy goes, hey, Chief. And then the guy that stands up.
I sent you a picture of that too.
There's always
There he is. There he is.
There's
guy,
always an Indian representative.
And the guy that stands up is the most fucking
stereotypical.
It's brutal.
And the tomahawks, like you saw the tomahawks.
He takes him out of it. Like he had the tomahawks behind him on his back or something the whole time.
I guess.
I don't know.
But when the mafia boss, like he calls me, he goes, "Chief, come here. You know that that Asian doll gallery that's on this place?" He's like, yeah. He's like, I need you to go break into it.
We've been talking about it in the break room. It looks pretty nice.
I need you to clean it out. And if you see the dolls, take the dolls too.
No,
like,
he says take everything, and if anybody gives you any trouble, scalp them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
But in that fight scene, I love it because he comes out of like they show that shot of him standing on the second floor with like the empty crate, and he goes, "Oh!" And makes this weird sound, and he just slowly drops down and drops it on Sho's
that
head.
fight scene. If you watch that fight scene again, the moment Shokazugi comes out of the back, that guy that hits him over with a garbage can with just garbage. That just watch that guy. He hits Shokazugi with the garbage, and Shokazugi falls forward, and then the guy, instead of jumping to keep hitting him, then falls back and then starts pacing back and forth, going,
yes,
and it's like, and he starts doing the bushwhacker fucking
100%.
And then you go, why is he just in the background? Why is he like he
bandana, right?
He really gets himself, he really gets himself to a cheerleader where he's like, I got him, guys.
Hype myself up.
What is happening? That whole scene is bonkers. We don't have time to talk about every single scene.
There's not enough. We can't,
but
because
that whole scene is bonkers. I'm telling you,
this is talking about Kane.
I wish we would have viewed Kane. Is his actual actor, his actual son. His actual son.
He
Same
is
name.
Great. He's better than everybody in Enter the Ninja. He is.
Yeah.
How old would you say, Mike? You don't have kids, but how old did you say that child is? If you saw that child in the street, how old did you think he is?
I'm assuming he's 6 years old.
Right.
Because he's 6 years later.
He was 9.
I mean, he's a little kid.
Yeah, I said like 8. Maniri asked me that. I said like 8.
He's not a big guy either.
Yeah,
like,
but that kid looks like
the kid is great. Young, yeah. He was great at everything except opening doors. Because when he was fighting the girl in the dojo and he did that Looney Tunes like crawl that he hit the door and he goes, "Eee!" I was like, oh, this is not.
Well, it's a movie. Like, here's the thing. At the time that this came out, they were revolutionizing the ninja genre. And they were basically forming the foundation of what it could be. I don't know, man. It's genuinely like, it's a movie. And I'm sure they were like, we got to make it look like for kids, because this movie is going to have a kid in it so kids can watch it. I don't know what the motivation was to have. You know, like,
they murdered a kid within the first 3 minutes of the movie. So I don't know.
Like, straight up, like
cold-blooded
murder that kid. Like a straight up child, just like, fuck. You know, like, genuinely killed everybody. And it's like, and start that, like, that was the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. But I think we definitely need to talk, because I know we can't go through every single scene, but the park that needs I sent you the picture, Neri.
Yes.
The park with the greatest gang in movie history, right there.
Everybody,
look at those.
It's like they got the wardrobe department got a discount on the Village People costumes.
You've got Dang, you've got Lieutenant
earlier. They had Chief. I was like, when I showed Jeff this, I called him and he was at T-Mobile. I'm like, I just need you to see the fucking picture of the what you to see. And he was cackling and he was like, bro, they're only an Indian short of the Village People, and I didn't want to spoil it for him.
and when I saw it, I lost my mind.
Because I was like, there's also
I asked Neri, I was like, is that radio? Is that the OG radio in the back with the freaking 6 radios and the quad skates, which you can see them popping out of the bottom, because he's the only one that does not show up the entire fight until the very end, when there's a giant crowd around and he just blatantly starts shooting the pistol while holding onto the pole.
For that cowboy guy to get dressed in the morning is wild. The sheer amount of effort to go for a look, and even the other dude.
Why are these people friends? Like, why? Like, question. Why are all these people friends? Like, and I don't want to. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, but people tend to hang around people who are like them. So where did these people meet? Where did these 4 dudes go? Like, hey, you should meet my other friend. He wears. By the way, my wife pointed this out. The cowboy's glasses are heart-shaped.
Yeah. Oh, they are?
I missed it. And I was like, wait, what? And I went, and there's like one shot. That's not you. They have one shot where it's a closer shot, and then you can see it. But you can't see the rim of the hat, which
I'm gonna say that they met at a moose lodge.
Do you think this is you know what I think this might be? And I think a lot of these movies have a very weird mix like that because of Vietnam.
Matters.
No, yeah. No, because
apparently not. Apparently not.
No, because
representation matters. We need one of everyone. We need to be not for nothing. This is still more inclusive than the TV show Friends was, and
100%. So here's my reasoning behind all of these movies have some sort of military component, right? They all have like all of these movies are always like, I was overseas during Vietnam and that's when I learned all this stuff, or I was in World War II and I learned whatever. A lot of the VFWs have events for veterans, like the Veterans of Foreign Wars Associations. They do like meetings and things. So I imagine there's a very diverse group of people there that'll get like the A-Team. You remember the A-Team?
Yeah. But given the time frame of this movie, I don't think the cowboy would have been accepted too well in the military.
Probably not. But that's the thing. They're not in the military anymore. But he saved the radio guy's life in Vietnam.
The cop friend told him these are all ex-cons. These are all.
Oh, there you go.
Like they're all ex-cons.
Oh, right.
And I love it when he walks up to them. He's like, he's the owner of the.
And he goes, I'm the owner of the new Japanese doll shop in downtown. Everybody, I love the fact that he said the new.
Yeah.
Like he's still promoting.
Yeah.
He's still promoting his fucking shop. He's still like the new one. So make sure the opening is going to be in 2 days.
I need to ask you a question. And we got to go back to this thing because I just saw it in my notes and I want to make sure that I address this. Why are the 2 dead people that drowned in the hot tub stuck together?
Oh my God! Yes,
that's what I was going to ask you. And then I got distracted.
You're going to need a jackhammer.
I need a medical explanation. And Mike, you are a medical professional. They weren't even fucking it. They were just standing up in the water. They weren't even fucking it. So it's not even like the rigor mortis like happened while his dick was still in there. I don't understand.
And they're on the gurney stuck.
they're on a gurney stuck together, and I cackled when he opened the sheets and both of them were, and I'm like, they're stuck, they're together.
Why are they stuck together?
And then his first line was, "Well, he was a handsome boy." I was like,
Well, there was so much of that I guarantee you, there must have been some draft of the script that included some sort of like them fucking and then like getting stabbed through each other, right? Like maybe that
Oh
maybe that.
yeah.
And then I was like, oh, maybe something. And then in the edits or whatever, they just were like, fuck it, like whatever, it's his dick or whatever. Who cares? Like. It was mind-boggling. First of all, because of how dumb that whole death scene was, and then to come back at the end is like that death scene was so traumatic to the bodies that they are now stuck together.
Also, I love the fact that the one cop goes, bad news travels fast. And he's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then the boss goes up, he goes, what's so important that you called me down here for?
yeah.
The cops always have because there's a whole
I love the fact that he's like, bad news travels, where I called him.
Yeah.
So it turns out I'm the one that called him. So
I'm the bad news traveler.
I'm the
bad news messenger.
Yeah.
So
well, there was a scene with the cops that the lieutenant or whatever his name is. He's like, "Are you telling me that a 4,000-year-old whatever the fuck is coming in this country?" And it's like, "Yes, there's a ninja star in that guy's head."
And he gives him the ninja star, and he's like, "The thing
the
ninja star is long enough so that it can penetrate the brain."
Yeah.
like, I was like, okay,
no, it cannot.
By the way, that same length of the eye socket, that is the precise length for the eye socket to penetrate the brain, is also the same length that goes through a human hand and pins it to a fucking pole.
I saw that too. I was like, there needs to be more consistency here for the length of these things. Like, there's also when he reveals that, like when Cho has his John Wick moment where he's like, I gotta pull out all the gear again, which he has never. I promised I never was gonna do this again, but he's a shrine to it.
And you could tell that he promised, because the sword is never gonna be used, because he used a bread tie.
Yeah,
he's like, it was like a little bread tie. Let me get this little loop over the. Are you using that? Are you using that? Are you still going to use it? Are you going to finish the rest of the bread? No, it's only the butts. Oh, then you don't need the little. I need to tie my sacred sword.
But there's ninja stars in there that are shaped differently and longer, and they have they look like arrows, like with an arrow point.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I was like, well, those are longer than the other. I don't understand like this universal measurement, and also like the bad actor martial arts friend was in here like, hey, he was always like being the one who was like, listen to him, he's a guy who knows what he's talking about.
My wife could not stop rewinding the scene where the cop purposely tosses the fucking cup and he picks it up before it spills. It's like, but it fell forward, it was already spilling. Let me
tell you,
that movie would have ended the Usual Suspects wrong. That move alone, shikink, and he puts it back, and Kobayashi Maru's still gone.
The bad guy failed because he should have done this in Vegas, because he could have been a stage performer doing hypnotism on tourists, because that hypnotism scene with the Halloween lights in the eyes, he's like, look at me.
Yeah,
I sincerely believe this is one of those movies again, and I love this movie, but this is one of those movies where I sincerely believe that a group of film students with an iPhone could remake this movie and it be better.
I mean, I don't see why not. Like, there's nothing really big or wildly, technical about any of.
And what I mean by remake it, I mean shot by shot. I could redo this shit shot for shot. I could do the hypno thing on TikTok. I could do the little fucking hypno fucking filter eyes and on TikTok, and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
I'll say this. With the technical side of it, after I forgot what movie it was. I think it was Ninja Assassin. I love me a good flamethrower ninja. So when he pulled out that flamethrower at the end, with that ninja, actually,
when they bust out the ninja magic again.
Yeah, they did the ninja stuff again.
Yeah.
But so one thing I want to mention, the big guy that we talked about earlier that did the attempted rape, it threw me off completely, because that's the dude from Three Ninjas, where they do the light up the eyes, boys, light up the eyes, and the three of them beat him up. And I was like, I remember you very differently, sir. You were not
the guy from James Bond.
Is that Odd Job too? Was he Odd Job?
No, not or maybe not James Bond, from Austin Powers.
Oh, maybe
he might have
right.
been.
He might be the same guy. I know he was definitely the guy in Three Ninjas. I know that for a fact.
No, because the moment I saw him, I was like, light up the eyes, boys.
He could also be he could also be the guy from Austin Powers.
The guy who
He-
throws
he-
who
he-
throws his
he
shoe.
throws a shoe.
Honestly,
He
I
throws
was
his
like,
shoe,
that's him.
honestly.
I don't want to be, you know,
I'm gonna
like
check it right
racist
now.
or anything like that. Oh, these guys are the same. But I swear to God, it was like, that's the guy. That's the
No,
shoe guy.
I remember him from Three Ninjas for a fact. Like, it might be the same guy. So it ends with a fight scene. The whole scene at the end with the two ninjas are going into a building in the middle of the daytime. It's fucking fabulous to me. Both, I mean, Shokazugi climbing the side of a building.
Yes,
with
the
fucking,
claws.
with claws. I remember
That left no marks on the
that-
building.
That unlocked a memory in me because I remember thinking to myself. I remember thinking when I was a child watching this movie, swearing up and down, that's Bible. Like, no, that's how you climb a building.
Of course.
It's like it was fact. It was like factually accurate. It was like, no, that's the way you climb a building.
He was not in Austin Powers. I'm checking.
He
He was in Last Action Hero.
Oh, okay.
And Three Ninjas because he died in 2000.
Oh.
But
So
he was also in Dead Heat and Darkman.
Oh,
So-
Darkman is a good movie. We should fucking do Darkman. That's not.
I love Darkman.
Darkman is not a martial arts
It's not a
movie.
martial arts movie.
Or
But it is a
good.
good movie. I like it.
Actually, he was Sub-Zero in Running Man also.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, I
yes.
remember him in
Okay.
Running Man. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, sorry, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off, but since you
alright.
were looking.
We
So,
gotta talk about
the
before we
whole
get to the
scene-
end, though.
Yeah,
Before-
the
there
whole
was-
scene. There's a lot of things with fucking jacks. They throw a lot of jacks in guys' faces. There's a
And
lot of
spit
that
them
shit.
out of their face,
Yeah,
out of their
spit 'em
mouths,
out of their
the
mouths,
blades.
his faces. The guy he throws marbles on a guy instead of falling backwards, falls forwards onto the jacks. It's a whole other thing. Physics, not a thing with ninjas.
Continuity thing. They started the final fight in another sporting ring because in Enter the Ninja they did it in the cockfighting ring,
Oh yeah.
and then in this one they were on that like volleyball court or bocce ball court
It was
Yeah.
like
Like-
badminton. I was
or
like,
badminton.
what is?
Yeah,
It was interesting. The whole movie feels like they were just going like around and we're like, pull over here. We're gonna shoot a scene. You know, like that.
Yeah.
It genuinely felt like that. Before we get to the end, though, we got to talk about the Granny Ninja Granny
Oh,
fight.
Granny Ninja.
Granny
so
Ninja
good.
was so good, and even the little kid running away from him
Yeah.
was pretty fun. But like Granny Ninja was, I was like convulsing with laughter at
Yes,
Granny Ninja, and Smoke Bomb, Granny Ninja, like dropping like the smoke
Yeah.
bombs were awesome. Like at this point, that was when I was genuinely like enjoying what they were doing. Like this is
And
insane.
That was the
And the
best
stunt-
fight
the
in that
stunt double
movie.
for Granny Ninja. The stunt double
Amazing.
for
No,
her
she did it herself. You didn't know that? No, I'm
was
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
was the same stunt double that they used in Spaceballs. When they captured the fucking stunt. You got the stunt doubles. Yeah.
But what I want to know is this guy is a co-owner of this gallery, but he decides to bring the tiniest ladder ever to climb down in the middle of the dojo. Like when he was coming in,
Oh right, when he like,
And
he's like
when the little kid noticed it.
Yeah,
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 like
yeah.
I was like, dude, just walk in the front door. And you
Yeah.
could just play it off like, oh my God, we were robbed. Like, you know what the security systems are at your own business. Like, you walked into the bathroom without a costume. Why do you have to go through all this shit?
No, but
to
that
go
was a
into your
public
own-
bathroom. That wasn't a company owned by me. What?
yeah. we gotta
The last fight scene, by the
we
way,
gotta talk about
over,
it. Yeah, we gotta get to the
over
end.
20 minutes. Over fucking 20
And
minutes.
if I
It gets
asked
to the
you
point
guys,
where I was like, let's go already. Come on.
if I asked
Let's
you
go.
guys how long it took them to film that, what would you say?
A week, maybe.
Okay,
I would
it
say
took
3 days.
it took over 2 weeks for them to film
Yeah.
that final fight scene, and the movie was 46 days total in filming. And
But
out of those
that makes
46
sense.
I'm
days,
telling you, because it seemed, I said 3 days because I thought it was going to be something incredibly short because the way you framed the question. But it was over 20 minutes. That last fight scene, the movie's an hour and a half long. That means that there's an hour of fucking of rest of the movie. Like, I've never seen another, not even in Rocky, is the last fight
That long, a
Three
third of the
quarters-
movie. Yeah,
3/4 of the fucking movie.
And
Like, it's a third of the movie. I'm sorry.
the
It's
White Ninja,
crazy.
the White Ninja was better than Sho.
Oh, la-
Like Sho got his ass kicked the whole
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
and I want to train in ninjutsu just so that I can get the self-repairing pants.
I
Yeah,
want to
that show
train in
has.
ninjutsu to make my fight mannequin appear.
Oh, the
Those,
fight mannequins, the
fight
robots?
mannequins. the all of a sudden there's a R. There's like he creates a double of himself. Like I was like, how
He's
is this an
Ultron.
explanation?
No, he carried that with him in a briefcase.
I guess
And he
it's like pulls
The
a
two of
ripcord
them.
and like a fake arm pops out or whatever the fuck. It was awesome.
It was
so
so
stupid.
ridiculous. But no, like yeah, like the thing is, and this happened in the fight in the park and also in this fight when they were doing the editing, they didn't really edit too well because like I was telling Neri now a little while ago when I was rewatching that fight scene that like when the guy gets his mustache cut off, he's already missing it before it happens.
Yeah, he's already
like
missing
you know,
mustache
and in
before it
this scene, like he literally gets both of his knees cut by the white ninja, and both of the knees are opened up, and he loses his ninjato. Like it gets thrown away, and then suddenly, like when they move to like the third time they climb up, he's got the ninjato back, and his pants are perfectly fine again.
Yeah.
Doesn't
and there's nothing.
The fucking scabbard out.
He was using the scabbard, but it actually had the full because like it had the handle and everything.
Because
So he got
that last fight scene had a lot of dope weapons that came out of nowhere, like the
Yeah.
little switchblade comma thing.
The whole movie had weapons that came out of nowhere, starting with Chief's tomahawks. I mean,
Chief's
it's just
the little-
random. Just
the little kid
random.
with the spear when he's fighting the blonde girl after she's hypnotized. That comes out of nowhere.
The Ninja Star belt buckle was
Oh.
fucking fire though. That was
yeah.
dope as fucking, because they did have that fight in the playground where it seemed like, hey, pull over, we're gonna have a fight on that playground, and they're like, all right,
Yeah.
man. But that's the one that had the little thing where it like stuck his hand
Yeah.
to the thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It's a good thing that he's not practicing ninjutsu anymore and carrying a belt buckle full of ninja stars.
I love the fact that he was like, I like the fact that he was like, hey, let me help you. He's like, no, only a ninja can kill a ninja. And then you go, wait, the guy's like, wouldn't more people be better? Like, what you're like on the right side of the thing. of the
He
law,
would be
like-
better if he actually took his gun out before he was stabbed 15 times.
Yeah. There was that moment when he said it takes a ninja to kill it, where I was like, he said the line. And they said that it's like when they say the name of the
But
movie.
that's actually not the line, by the way.
He didn't. No, he says so it was like a variation of
It's a variation because the line was from part 3, from Ninja 3 The Domination, where it's said by the old Asian man. Yeah.
So what real quick, when the mafia boss calls all the guys into the pool hall, he's like, get them all into the pool hall, and they're all in there just like shooting pool, and then he comes out with the M16 and he's like, I take care of my people, and the other guy goes, well, with that bad bitch, I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah, I remember
was like,
that. What a weird line. That was such a weird line choice. That bad bitch.
That bad bitch.
I
Even
wonder
the
if
actor should have
I
been
wonder
like,
if the actor
what?
improv that, and he's like super happy about it. He's like, that was my line. I improv that shit. Like,
before he says it, he's like, oh, watch this. This is gonna blow these
This is
motherfuckers
gonna be
away.
dope. This is
They're
gonna
not
be
gonna
dope
know
as
what hit him. They're not gonna know what hit him.
motherfuckers away.
You got
You
this
better
bad
mic me
bitch
up.
right
You
here,
better
and
mic me
everybody's
up.
like, oh my god.
You better mic me up, bro. I can't fucking hold this shit.
Yeah.
Man, getting to the end of the movie, Combat Man again. They kept cutting back to that lady in a jacuzzi for some reason.
Getting tortured.
Getting tortured in a jacuzzi for some reason. I don't know. Were they boiling her? I don't know.
Your muscles are now.
Oh, we didn't talk about Rico, the star of the movie, the Asian guy with no shirt on with the sweatpants that was just in the
Yes.
background.
Oh yeah, it was
the
great.
guy that was holding her off. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's
We
all
did,
this-
we didn't
anyways.
discuss there was genuinely like very good reverse jump landing shots.
Yeah.
And that it was much better than last time and much better than in American Ninja. I was like, oh, that's actually not bad. Like they choreographed the movement so that when they showed it, it was good. I liked that. And then also, we need Kickflix bingo as we watch these movies.
Oh.
We need a Kickflix bingo card so that we can see if this movie gets a bingo, because this is I would venture to guess one of the ultimate Kickflix movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This one might be like cream of the crop checklist of like terrible things and enjoyable things. You know what I mean? Like, because this one had fucking
Damsel in distress. Got it.
Check. Yeah.
Right. Child
endangerment.
Child endangerment. Check. Right. Got
Horny
that.
white lady.
Horny white lady. Boom. Check.
Nudity for no reason. Gratuitous nudity for no reason.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it. Check.
Oh, that scene when he rescues her out of the hot tub and she's standing in front of him with just like full attention, and you see him just staring right at her knockers.
Yeah.
Like Kane is just staring right at them while she's putting her clothing on. I was like, oh man.
But I'm saying we need like bad ADR accent.
Yeah.
Boom. Nailed it. Like there's so much in the ninja magic, the hands.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
there's so
hypnosis.
much hypnosis. There's so much in this movie that this
Cockfighting.
was a Kickflix bingo for me. Like it
Cockfighting
genuinely
should be on the fucking list.
cockfight.
There's a thing that bothered me about this. So when the credits rolled, I noticed this also on IMDb, but it came up in the credits. The credits start rolling. Number one on the call sheet, of course, Sho Kazugi.
Yeah.
Right? On the left-hand side, it shows a character's name. This is very standard in Hollywood. Left-hand side, it shows a character's name. Right-hand side shows the actor's name. Left-hand side, it said Cho, whatever the guy's last name was,
Osaki,
right?
yeah.
Osaki. Cho Osaki. Played by, on the right-hand side, Sho Kazugi / the Black Ninja. What now?
All right.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me that his name
His real name is
legally
Sho
called
Kazugi,
Sho
aka
Kazugi,
the Black Ninja?
the Black Ninja? Like, is that part of his
That's
driver's
dope.
license? Or is
That's
that Sho
amazing.
Kazugi, the Black Ninja? Because it didn't say Cho, the character name / the Black Ninja, was played by Sho Kazugi.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
No, Cho, the character of Cho, was played by Sho Kazugi / the Black Ninja. And I was like,
Height and weight mystery.
Well, I was gonna say something even before the credits
age
roll.
4,000 years old.
Yeah. Right before the credits roll, he kills the white ninja guy. What the fuck was his name? I forget his name. He kills him, cuts the mask in half.
Yes.
There's now a dead white man, and he is a black ninja. He's dressed exactly like the ninja that was killing all of these cops. And or when the cops come,
Right.
they're just gonna shoot Sho Kazugi in the head because
No, cops
who's
don't
gonna
do
believe
that.
the white guy?
No. Cops do their due diligence to figure out what's happening before they pull out their weapons. They're not just getting
But even then, he's literally like,
especially to a minority. They definitely would not do that to a minority. They would just.
could you imagine if he's like, no, that white guy is the ninja, and they're like, yeah, all right, Cho Osaki.
Okay.
Sure thing, buddy. No,
Sure.
That's
/ the Black Ninja.
Wink.
Like I was like, there's the end of that movie, like when they roll credits, like in Police Story, where it's like, there's more to this story.
There's why did we spend 20 minutes on a fight scene when we clearly need more of the story?
We need
And
more.
why
of this
is the
story.
child and the lady still? Why is their hair still wet? What the fuck?
Why are they up on the roof? How did they know to go to the roof? Like,
Yeah, and how did they know? But the rest of the cops didn't.
No, they knew because when they got there, he was the show was hanging off of the ledge, and Kane looked up.
Oh
and
my
he saw
god!
him
Did you
climbing
see?
up.
Did you see the fucking dummy, the mannequin that was thrown off that ledge? Did you see when the mannequin hit the window?
Oh yeah, it was like.
Like, it just cleared. It was unobvious. Like it wasn't even like a dummy or a stunt double. It was a fucking. It was a mannequin.
Kane,
there was no like other way to put it. There was a mannequin. It wasn't like, oh, this was specially made to look and feel like a human. Nope, that's a mannequin.
So I looked this up real quick. Kane went on. He's done action movies.
Action
He
movies.
did.
I mean,
he
all
was-
shitty ones, but yeah.
He was Ryo Hayabusa in the DOA movie. He played Ryo Hayabusa.
yeah.
I don't know what DOA is.
Dead or
Oh, it should.
Alive.
I keep telling you to put it on the wheel because that is
I think it is
a dumpster fire.
Dead or Alive. I think it is on. Speaking of, I mean, we gotta. Yeah, we're like.
Yeah.
over
So we got to
time.
do the ratings. Yeah, we could talk about this
Hi.
movie for another hour and a half.
So
yeah,
this is going to have a 2 ratings for me. This is a 5 out of 5 Kickflix movie, but it is a 2. I'll give it 2 death jacuzzis out of 5 for like quality, but it is 100% perfect for this podcast. If you want that experience of like, we got to watch this with people, it is 5 out of 5. It is not good at all.
Yeah.
I give it a 2 out of 5 because genuinely, like, some of the more basic fight choreography I was like, this is good for that, for this movie. This is good style for that. It's very exaggerated and you want that kind of like movement. But other than that, when they try to get fancy with it, it was garbage. But it's 2 death jacuzzis out of 5.
Jeff,
I'm gonna agree with Mike on this. That I think there is 2 different ratings on this, and absolutely, I think this is a 5 out of 5 Kickflix get drunk and watch it with your friends, like just to get silly and look at this stupid ass movie. But in reality, I'd give it 2 out of 5 rigor mortis Romeo and Juliet.
Jeff, what was my rating going to be? I told you earlier and I forgot already.
Oh my god.
Was it the Native American Chiefs?
Yeah, I think it was the Chiefs or the Village People. No, it was the Cowboys. It was the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys
So I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 gay Cowboys.
Yeah.
Because it is a fucking blast. I had so much fun watching this movie. I'm telling you, it took me. I had to wait to watch it with somebody. I kept calling people to be like, "Can you please watch? I need somebody to please. I need."
Wait, Neri, did you just assume his sexuality?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I did. I mean, yeah. Also, when you said things like he wasn't going to be allowed in the military in these days, I also think you assumed
we're drawing a broad brush.
It's the heart-shaped glasses that did it for me.
That's it. That's what it was.
It wasn't a feather in the hat.
Or the way of sitting. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Anyways, let's go ahead and pick. Let me see here.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Why am I not? Oh, share screen. There you go. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Technical. I mean, the show was off to a start with technical difficulty.
All right.
And I would like to say ninpo and ninjutsu are real things, but they're not. You know what I mean? Like they existed, but also grain of salt.
All right, let's go ahead and ninjutsu.
You're covering Jeff right now.
Ninjutsu was actually covered in the show. Warrior. What was it? The show called
Deadliest Warrior.
Deadliest Warrior.
Yeah.
Click to spin the wheel. For those of you who don't know, we spin the wheel to find out which movie we're going to watch next. If you want to add movies to the wheel, right now we have 51 entries on the list. I put Dead or Alive on there. And so if you want to add, make sure to email us at kickflixpod@gmail.com. That's kickflixpod, like Netflix, but with a kick, @gmail.com. And we could add whatever movie you want to add to the list. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel.
Come on, baby. Let's do it.
I don't think anything is going to be as good at this movie anymore.
I know. This is
this is the last episode of the podcast. Oh my God. Is it good? No, it's not going to make it.
What?
It almost made it to Dead. That's Jet Li.
Fearless.
That's Jet Li.
Oh, yeah.
So we got Jet Li.
Finally got a good Jet Li. Well, I don't know about good. We finally got a Jet Li movie.
Come on, Shanghai New.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So that's the ones we're doing now. Fearless is what we're doing next week. So make sure you guys check that out, or next month whenever you tune in. All right. Thank you guys for checking us out. Make sure you check out the other podcasts on the Geek Bro Network that include, but are not limited to, the Pero Let Me Tell You podcast, the What's Up Bro podcast, the Mount Geekmore podcast, Cramacopia with Jeff and Q, the Chow Like a Best with Mike Valdez, Shiver, the horror movie podcast. So make sure you guys check that out. And that's how kicks are done. I mean, don't mind if I do.